Well, drone maker AEVEX shares are, as you can see right now on your screen, taking off, up 24%. Opening for trading at $23 a share on the New York Stock Exchange versus an IPO price of $20. AEVEX now has a market value of $2.57 billion. Company's drones can fly and float, such as the Phoenix Ghost and Yukon or Deep Strike. I want to bring in a Fox Biz exclusive, AEVEX founder and executive chairman, Brian Raduenz. Thank you so much for being here. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Cheryl. It's a pleasure to be with you, especially on such an exciting and important day in the development of our company.
Yeah, no, I mean, to debut on the New York Stock Exchange. So you were in the Air Force for 2 decades. You're a veteran. Tell us about the products and kind of how you got here.
Yeah, so thank you for mentioning that. You know, I spent 20 years in the Air Force, and I worked with the drone programs back in the early days. And when we started the company, you know, we wanted to give back to a couple of us got together, wanted to give back to the people that we worked with. And so we've now, you know, over the last 2 decades built probably the best drone company that many people in your audience have never heard of. But we're providing autonomous systems, drones that can fly or float. We put the greatest technology into them that we can find. We have an open and flexible architecture that allows us to make sure that they can perform in the modern battlefield, which is getting much more difficult to do. And we've got a lot of history of doing that over the last several years.
Yeah, well, certainly things have changed, I think, for the U.S. military with this conflict with Iran that we've seen. But also all of this kind of goes back to Ukraine, and in the public filings, you know, a big chunk of your revenue last year came from Ukraine. So now, are you more pivoting to U.S. production? Is that important?
Yeah. So thank you. We actually have spent the last 4 years improving and building new systems and making everything that we do better because we've been in that conflict, making sure that we have, you know, daily and weekly feedback so that we can improve on everything we're doing. And a few years ago, we invested heavily into changes and systems that we knew that the U.S. military was going to need, which was a little bit different. We saw the changing landscape, the very rapid changes that were happening, and the use of these less expensive systems to have such a great impact. And so, you know, fortunately, the timing was very good in the sense that the budgets that are coming out, you know, for next year are also prioritizing the same kinds of systems that we've been providing. You
know, during the Iran conflict, we've seen, you know, a small drone being shot out of the sky by a, you know, $1 million missile. Talk to us about your products and kind of how you fit into that now.
Yeah, we've seen that as well, you know, in Ukraine. And so, look, we want to build capabilities for, you know, lower cost point than some of the more expensive systems, and make sure that, you know, the systems we provide can operate in a GPS denied environment where there's communications jamming, where it's very difficult to get something that you know, make effects on the battlefield. And you know, for example, we're supporting the Army short and long range launched effects program, where they're going to have these kind of systems, you know, throughout the Army so that they can be more effective going forward.
So have you been approached by the U.S. government or maybe the Army about, you know, making our own version of like the Shahed drone, for example, or is that pipeline?
Well, we're doing a lot of different things. We've built 35 different systems that have been in operation around the world, but the ones that we're focused on in the near term are purpose-built. Our Atlas system in particular is purpose-built for the Army mission, and we've got both Group 2 and Group 3, you know, sort of the longer range strike drones where we really we've got some great products, and they're embracing that because they need those capabilities going forward.
So what are you going to do with the proceeds from the IPO? The stock is performing well today, the first day of trading. So where do you go from here?
Yeah. So being a public company, you know, we pay down debt with the proceeds. We want to make sure we can hire and retain the very best talent in the market. And being a public company will help us do that. And we also want to use our stock as currency for potential acquisitions. And we're going to look to continue to increase our core capabilities wherever we can for companies that may be a good fit for coming together with AEVEX.
When you were in the Air Force, you were a commander, flight test engineer. You know, it was all about the technology for you. Talk about your experience then and how you incorporate that into the company now, because I think that's important, especially considering what's happening around the world today.
Yeah. So I spent a lot of time in the early days of the drone programs, the Predator and the Reaper. I spent time in the Pentagon overseeing the budgets for those programs. And we made a lot of historic firsts in what I think of as the first drone revolution. And today we're seeing many of the same dynamics playing out, where there's a lot of money coming in the system. There's new ways of using the technology that now is in these smaller systems. And we built the company because we knew that what we do matters. It matters for the people that we serve, the United States military, our allies around the globe. We take that very seriously. And we have a sacred mission, and that's every day we get up to make sure that we're supporting those warriors that need the capabilities that we can provide.
When you look at what's happening with the conflicts around the world, and in particular what's happening with Iran, what do you see from your vantage point and from your experience, which is vast?
Yeah, I think that what's going on is a very difficult situation, and I know there's a lot of folks trying to figure out what's the best way to handle it. I think what we tend to focus on is provide the best capabilities for our military so that we can make sure that we remain free and that they have the capability to do what they need to do in any situation. And fortunately, the budget for 27, over $50 billion for the exact types of systems that we provide. It's a 24,000% increase, and we're off to a great first quarter where we have more than 300% growth from approximately 300% growth from last year. So we're kind of at the right time to really make an impact for the Department of War and the people that we're supporting.
Okay, and I see air and I see sea. We've seen a lot of the video from your company, and they really are fascinating. The drone industry in general is fascinating, and you're a big part of that. So, well, congratulations, Brian, on the IPO.
Thank you very much for having me.
We're going to be watching the stock.
All right, take care.